Yeah. Alright, g'day. I am leaving Glazers. Why am I at Glazers, you ask? Well, a couple weeks ago, Music City Bridge released some Strat saddles. And so I called Mr. Josh Rollins and I said, Josh, pretty please, mate. Pretty please, can I buy a set? And he said, I'll think about it. And he thought about it and then he said, yes, you can. And so I just finished up a Rootcaster build. And I thought, this is perfect, I can put those on it. So I went over and Nick just did a little install of the saddles and set up my guitar for me and did just a kick-ass job, man. Just like a phenomenal job. That guy is the guitar whisperer. So I just wanted to talk about it quickly, and there'll be a clip at the start, you know, playing whatever. But the guitar is red, so it plays faster. I painted it, so painted poorly. You know, it's got a 12-inch bound roasted maple neck, and I've never done a bound neck, and I've never done a 12-inch radius neck, so it's really fascinating. But it's got the same setup I put in Chris Benson's guitar, in that it's got two Mad Love pickups, WRTBs, wide range Travis Beans. So it's a wide range pickup voice like a Travis Bean, they're massive. And then mine's got a 3-way switch, volume tone, and then it's got series parallel for each pickup. It sounds phenomenal. It plays different to anything, and it feels different. The neck's a little more shouldery, a little more firm, but the binding gives it an interesting feel under the thumb on the bass side. But my thoughts on the Music City Bridge thing. So I had a really incredible first experience with the Stub Finder, the wraparound. I have this Frank Brothers guitar that's phenomenal. And I've known Aaron, who works over at Glazer. He sold me my 65 J45. Thank you, Aaron. And my Vibrolux. Guy knows how to find the good stuff. And you know, I called him up, was like, hey, this guitar's dead. Can I get something like this? And he goes, here, have this, try it and see what you make of it. And I said, okay, cool. And so I did, and it brought the guitar to life. And I was just like, this is a new guitar. This is incredible. I have to put this on all guitars like this. So I have a Les Paul Special, and I put it on it the second I bought it. It's just like a standard 2024 or whatever. And it changed the guitar. So then they released their Tele saddles. And so I have this fantastic Danacaster. I was like, well, I'll put those on it. Game changer. It's a tone, it's a feel, and it's a clarity thing. And I don't know if it's the metal you're using, the way they cast it, the way it's designed. I'm sure it's a bit of the way it's designed. You know, these new saddles are like solid steel as opposed to like a wireframe cutout. There's something about what they do that every time I install it on a guitar, I get a nominal difference in clarity. So, you know, I think a lot of people don't consider what connects with the guitar the most. And, you know, a lot of people don't think about changing bridge or saddles, but also, you know, when like the air conditioning hits and it goes from like, this is like, you want it real cold and it goes from here to here. Game changing. Okay. This guy's trying to turn in and I don't think he knows what he's quite doing. So, okay. The guy behind me is losing his mind. Stuck in traffic. He turned when he shouldn't have. Oh, buddy. That's what happens. Okay. Well, the thing is, when you consider every component of the guitar, it might get down to philosophy at some points as opposed to a tangible result. Every component of the guitar does make a difference. Now, whether that's a good or bad difference is up to you. Some people might prefer the sound of a 50 Central Lab pot or CTS pot or whatever, but some people might be like, well, I like this. There are small differences that if you train your ear, you can hear them, but that's not for everyone. No, I always notice the top end of saddles changing. The Music City Bridge saddles added a good amount of, like, they opened up the top end without making it too shrill and papery. So that's something that I appreciate and something I can carry on as I continue to play this guitar. Now, it's not like pickups where it's a few $100 and it's not like something else where it's a lot of money. It's a small change, but it's a small change that does enough that it'll do something for your guitar. So look, I'm not like a shill for Music City Bridge because I'm not endorsed by them. You know, I'm not endorsed by them and not paid or anything like that. But they're my friends. I love supporting my friends, but I also, when given the opportunity, will tell my friends, well, this was great, but I don't know about this or this or this or this, you know? In this case, the cats who work at Music City Bridge are able to speak in a language I'm not in terms of technical jargon, but also understand the emotional and inherent musical context in which they work. So they're able to provide products that are logical solutions to time-old problems. So those Strat saddles, I just think they sound really good. They feel really good under my hand. And even picking up my regular saddles compared to those, there's a tiny weight difference, but it was enough that I was like, okay, I can notice. So look, this is to say, all parts of the guitar matter. It's not the world's cheapest upgrade because, you know, some people would argue, well, the best upgrade is switching your pick. I use Ultex, Jazz Ultex 3s. By the way, that's the pick I like. That's the pick I use. I don't know what they cost now. We luckily have a Dunlop dealer in town where you can buy bulk and, you know, probably $1 a pick. But I think this is a worthwhile investment for anyone who wishes to get the best possible tone out of their S-style guitar, or who has, like, say, a 6-post bridge and wishes, vintage American spacing 6-post bridge, and wishes to get the best possible results out of it. So take that as you will, but this is just my personal opinion on the Music City Bridge Strat saddles. I'll link them below. I'm really, really stoked on how they sound. And they've kind of just opened up a part of this guitar that I didn't know need opened up. We were joking around saying before it was worthless, now it is priceless. But I really, really am thankful to those guys, because, like, they're recognizing inherent problems that other people might not notice and fixing them. But I could just feel it under my hands. The change was there. And someone can contest that if they wish. If you use different saddles, let me know. If you have a favorite bridge, perhaps you like Old Fender, perhaps you like Callahan, perhaps you like Clousson, whoever stamps a bridge that you like, let me know what you like. But if you've got the Music City Bridge saddles, let me know. Or if you use different saddles, let me know. I think also the biggest thing I've always appreciated is I like different string spacing. I can easily change the string spacing on the saddles by just moving over, because it has the grooves, and to me that's a very nice feature. Anyway, it's Friday, it's CMA Fest. My gig tonight got cancelled, unfortunately, but you know what, I'm cool with that, because I get a night to go play this guitar and spend some time with the missus. I have a morning gig, and then I had Bills today. I went with Dave. Hell yeah, Dave, we got Bills. Dude, they had the schnitzel wrap. Schnitty's huge in Australia. It's a common meal. Tuesday night you go get a chicken schnitzel and a beer, $10 at the pub. Fond memories from my young adult years. It was awesome as usual. I absolutely love Bill's. If you've watched my channel for any time, I'm obsessed with Bill's Sandwich Palace in East Nashville. I think that place is heaven. So thanks to everyone at Bill's. I love you all, and thanks to everyone who's watched and supported and commented or anything. What saddles are you using? What do you like? What bridge do you use? And what guitar are they on? Perhaps the wood makes a difference. And do you care about what metal it's made from? Brass has the kind of ping, but like aluminum has the ting. It's like a weird thing, but it's an interesting point, right? Let me know. I'm curious about it all. All right. I'll see you after my morning gig tomorrow, and I'll let you know how the new guitar goes. I'll put up some clips. Cheers.